in the
I heard them as we come up to the barriers to go in, but from the moment the race starts, you just block that right out of your mind.
Now they're ready to racing, they're off. And they're away to a very good start too.
Even for the hardest of hearts, it's impossible not to be swept away in the passion of barrier rise in what's becoming the world's greatest race. When the Japan Cup was launched 12 years ago, the racing purists called it a poor attempt to buy a date on the international racing calendar. But money has drawn class and recognition. Just as Japan has won its position as the world's #1 economic power, it can now boast the world's richest horse race. The Japan Cup is unashamedly extravagant. It's invitation only, and that all expenses paid invite is extended only to the very best. It's an opportunity to become very, very rich, and for some, much, much richer. It's been a big year for English Derby winner Dr. Devious. Bought for $3 million and just sold for $7 million to a Japanese stud, owners Sydney and Jenny Craig, yes, that is the weight reduction type Jenny Craig, stood to win a first prize of $1.7 million, of total prize money of over $4 million. You bought it for, am I right, about two and a half and sold it for $6 million US?
That's correct.
That's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
Pretty good return.
The Craigs and all the other owners owe their invites to their gracious hosts, the also-rich monopoly, the Japanese Racing Association, which last year paid out prize money of $900 million across the country.
I think GRA promoted very, very good. That's why so many young people are coming here. And now it's like a horse, it's like a star, like a pop star.
Who do you think will win the Japan Cup? You only understand the hype at the track. It's Thursday, before the race on Sunday, and nearly 5,000 people have come for a look. It's breakfast with the stars. There's no champagne in sight here, though, just the odd plate of noodles. No one's pretentious here. They're all desperate to find the winner.
It's a hard question. I like best is Let's See Love. The name is very fantastic.
Japanese best horse is Tokai Teo. Naturalism to.
Our friend can't summon the courage to back an Australian horse because of Shaftesbury Avenue's third last year. You lost 20,000 yen last year.
Yes!
On Shaftesbury Avenue.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
A little bit.
So will you back the Australian horse this year? This year is our chance. But the crowd will find out little about the Australian pair today. Both are just going around. You really didn't show the Japanese public much of the horse, did you?
Well, they saw all of the horse.
Not that there's any need to fox for a good price when you're racing against the best in the world, like Triple European Oaks winner, the filly User Friendly.
Well, she's an amazing filly. She switches off. She worked, as I say, 11.5, her final furlong of a workout on a loose rein. I mean, she wasn't even picked up to work it. I can't name more than one or two animals that I've ever trained that would have done a thing like that, you know.
The Australians are up against thoroughbred mercenaries. He's had a lot of. He's had a very interesting life, hasn't he? Well travelled and a lot of owners.
Yeah.
And the horse has survived all this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should probably get. If there was air miles flying around, he'd probably have a worldwide first-class ticket, I would think.
Frequent flyer.
Yeah.
Away from the track is the chance for the Japanese media to prize answers out of owners and trainers. But it's hard to get the inside info out of Bart Cummings, even without a translator.
The ideal race development, I'd like to win the Japan Cup on Sunday, I think.
But the locals like what they hear from both Aussie camps. Our horses are second favourites. Even the English are conceding.
They're going round Tokyo, Australians, I've seen them, asking for the largest, fattest bags to put all the yen in that they're going to win. It's embarrassing. And also, I've got to agree with them. I think the only one who's a chance of beating you is Dear Doctor.
You'll note no mention of Japanese horses. So, where are they?
5:30 to 6:30.
So the Japanese horses train
Yes,
very
they
early,
train, yes.
and all the foreign horses, the imported horses, get all the favours, if you like. The best time to train. Yeah. Like the punters, you only see the locals on the big screen, training at another course. Friday morning, the pantomime is over. Today, the Australians will work fast. What are the instructions this morning, Linda?
10 evens, just an 83.
The Hong Kong-based Darren Beedman is teaming with Bart Cummings for one of the greatest challenges in the trainer's life. It's an uncharted route for Cummings, taking on 2,400 metres with a horse with 3 starts since March, thanks to wet tracks. No start in 5 weeks. Have you ever been in a position with a horse, running a horse over 1.5 miles with the preparation that Let's Lopes had?
No, but she's adjusted her work accordingly, and she's worked very well over 2,000 metres twice this week, and once on last occasion she broke 2 minutes for 1,900 metres twice this week, and she's very fit, I can assure you.
Master trainer Friedman is eager to work his horse, recovering well from a bad few days in quarantine. It's now about fine-tuning.
Nice strong mile on the bit. Nothing too hard.
Let's Elope is first out, and as she's led back down the straight, you realise just how many people are depending on her.
It makes lengths difference to get the right galloping conditions to suit the horse, and we got them here.
Naturalism goes even faster. The last 200 metres take less than 11 seconds. There's a camaraderie among the Australians, but it goes only so far. No love lost between Friedman and Cummings?
No, we get on really well, but I mean, he wants to beat me, I want to beat him. Only one's going to win.
Very competitive there, and we'll have more on that special Japan Cup report later in the show. You're watching Nine's Wide World of Sports. More in a moment. The show at the 1992 Reebok National Aerobics Championships, and earlier we saw the first part of Michael Maher's report on the Japan Cup. With Tokyo situated midway between the racing centres of Europe, North America and Australasia, the Cup is an event that has managed to attract the world's best.
9 o'clock Sunday morning in central Tokyo, and it seems all roads lead to the Tokyo Dome Sport Complex. There's no baseball on today, though. It's Japan Cup Day, and the crowd is pursuing the sport of kings. They're marching into a WINS, the Japanese version of a TAB, only more like a department store. There are only 23 across the country, but they're large. Like me, you're probably absolutely blown out by the enormity of this place. But that's just one of 7 floors here at the Tokyo Dome betting shop. It's the biggest in Tokyo. Today the Japanese will spend around $250 million on the Japan Cup alone. You reckon the Japanese don't like having a bet? 10,000 yen on user-friendly. Lots of money. That's a bet of around $110, and it's a common wager. Betting on course, through shops and telephones, these punters are spending well over $38 billion a year. The race of the year is an excuse for a bigger bet.
Dr. Devious.
Dr. Devious.
User-friendly.
Yeah, nobody. Look at me. Yeah, this is uniform.
Never. You can't bet in uniform.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah? Yeah. Number 14. Okay. Hey, good luck. Okay. There's a lot of that going on. A lot of that going on in Tokyo. Good luck. Unbeknown to bettors, and even the owners of the horse, is that a harmless crack in naturalism's front hoof has been aggravated by walking in sand and has spread. Scratching the horse is a strong consideration, but the Friedman camp persevere. At the course, it's midday and the crowd is building. If you're not the Emperor's cousin, the best way to the track is by bike. All this is racing kitsch Nippon style. Dennis and Margaret Marks lets Lopes owners have their minds on other things. Rain overnight appears to have dampened the mare's chances, but the Marks aren't phased. So tell me, how's she looking?
Very relaxed, half asleep, ready to go to some work.
She's been eating up well and she looks as fit as she's ever looked.
Were you worried last night when the rain started coming down? Did you start thinking of the Melbourne Cup again?
Oh, well, we thought our luck's running out a bit, but it's not raining quite like it did in Melbourne, so we were still optimistic.
While Naturalism's part owners, Stephen and Helen Silk, are feeling the pressure.
Feeling quietly confident, but I must say, very nervous. The excitement is building beyond any experience I've ever had.
Meanwhile, the money is being piled on. It's a recession most places, but my estimate of the race take looks like blowing out over $300 million. In the stands, we're given a taste of a Japanese vested interest. Behind the stands, the Cup field is parading before a grand final crowd. If you're interested in the Aussie Quinella, 7 and 10, it's showing 21-1. All's been said between trainer and jockey, but time for patriotism? Forget it.
It becomes quite a personal thing when you're out there, I think. You know, the achievement is virtually for yourself at that particular time. When he wins, then it's for everybody. But, you know, you're the man that's got to do the job. And at the time, all the responsibilities on your shoulders. So.
Call it patriotism or greed, but I'm on Mick. Thank you very much. There we are. 1,000 yen on number 7, Naturalism. It's only moments away from the start here, and I think I'm as nervous as Lee Friedman or Bart Cummings. There are more than 150,000 people here. And very soon, we'll see whether our horses are the best in the world. It's a race of 2,400 metres, but etched in the Australians' minds, the silhouettes of owner Kevin Silk in the centre and Lee Friedman on his left will be the last 400 metres. You don't have to see the race to know the result.
It's a wonderful result. Wonderful result.
And we're absolutely delighted for Australia. Absolutely delighted. We're going to go and celebrate.
Fantastic.
Wouldn't you with $800,000?
$800,000?
Something like that for second prize. We're allowing the petty cash involved in it.
Hey, it's easy to lose, isn't it?
There's the replay. Come on, Mick.
He tried so hard. He had a beautiful run and he really gave his all, but he just found one on the day a little bit better than him, that's all.
Congratulations.
I was just proud of the horse more than anything. It was fantastic performance from a horse that's had so many problems the last 3 or 4 weeks.
$800,000, it's not a bad second prize, is it?
It's better than a poke in the eye with a burnt stick, Michael, that's for sure.
And you didn't have any money on the horse anyway, so you didn't lose anything, did you?
Pass.
Not so fortunate, the Let's Elope camp.
Let's Elope has got back to about 4th last. Over on the inside is
She bled from both nostrils after the race, capping a disastrous year.
I think she'll get over it. You know, it's a mile and a half on a rain-affected ground. Probably just pull the insides out of her a bit, you know.
But no one can argue about the victor, Tokei Teo. Or two-time Cup winner, Yukio Akabe, now a pop star.
We've had a great time, and you know, we've been looked after tremendously well, and I think everybody's sort of can't wait to get back here next year, me included.
Yes, the Japan Cup, a real punter's tourist destination. $800,000 to Naturalism's connections for that gutsy second. Certainly made the trip worthwhile. Now, thanks must go to Qantas and the Nico Hotel Group for helping us to land that special report. We'll have more in a moment.
me.